As we have seen, there is always a need to bring out the talent that we have, bring out the energy that we have in front of the world so that the world recognizes that. I would also like to share with you that the Action Summit, the previous one, had about 60 signatories in the final declaration. We have already crossed 70. Discussing with us. So I think by the time we close the summit tomorrow, we have, as you know, we had extended it by one more day. We believe that it will cross 80. All the major countries have already signed. If you feel that somebody has not signed, you need not speculate on that. All the important AI, people who matter in AI, they have all signed. We'll be giving you the formal number tomorrow once the summit closes. That is the way it should be done. That's the right way of doing things. We also had many interesting episodes where I met a very young innovator today morning, and even in the previous couple of days back also. Some very young people have done so much work in AI, which was very, very encouraging, because if the youth sees that hope in this new world, the youth has that positivity about this technology. We also found very strong endorsement of our policy of working on all the 5 layers and our focus on having a sovereign bouquet of models. The models which were released, I tell you, in every bilateral that I had with the industry leaders, they are really surprised at the quality of output with such few resources, with such the kind of resources which some of the frontier labs have at their disposal. And with such frugal resources, our engineers and researchers have produced such good models, which is what gives huge endorsement to our efforts. I would also like to thank all the team members, all the stakeholders, right from media, from the organizers, from ITPO, and special thanks to the MEA and Ministry of Home Affairs, Delhi Police, for so much effort they have tirelessly put in making this a grand success. Thank you everybody who participated in this. And also thanks to the youth who endorsed this, who took this so positively that whatever little...
Hershey's Cookies and Cream. One's grungy, the other smooth. Together, a unique dream team. Hershey's Cookies and Cream, the iconic duo.
A rhythm sensed before it's heard. The horizon stands uninterrupted. Everything feels considered. Grandeur held in perfect proportion. A life beyond the expected. Lodha, Avalon.
Feedback. We believe in working with you. We believe in the goal of Vixit Bharat, and that's why we would like to tirelessly work towards with you for this goal, which our Prime Minister has given that vision for our entire country, and we have to do it together. This has to be done by all the 140 crore of our citizens who believe in this common goal of Vixit Bharat, and these are steps in that direction. Friends, tomorrow we'll be also laying the foundation for our next semiconductor plant here in Uttar Pradesh. I'll invite all of you to join that ceremony also. And on 28th, we'll start the commercial production from Micron facility, and that will be one of the largest facilities that Micron has. Practically more than 10 cricket fields kind of facility. It's very large, and that is going to be inaugurated on 28th. So all these are steps, very methodical, step by step, moving in the direction for creating that foundation which our Prime Minister is laying for the young generation, for Vixit Bharat, for all of you who are watching it on TV or social media. Our Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji is laying the foundation for the country, which will be a developed nation by 2047. I'll take questions, and like in the past, we'll follow the first row, second row, third row.
Thank you, sir. First of all, please identify yourself and your organization's name before asking the question. And as sir has said, start from the left. Yes, please.
Hi, sir. I am Nishant Ketu from ANI. My question is, how do you see that India's role in AI sector globally? My first question is. Second question is, sir, आज जैसा कि यूथ कांग्रेस ने किया है, आखिरी दिन आकर के जिस तरह से प्रोटेस्ट किया है, उसके बारे में आपका क्या कहना है?
Next. Anybody else on this? Okay. Anirudh.
सर ओवरऑल अगर इस पूरे 5 दिन का आउटकम के तौर पर आप 3 लाइन में बता पाएं कि जैसे आप हालांकि बता चुके हैं, लेकिन हम उसको और एलाबोरेटली जानना चाहेंगे कि ये 5 दिन का सत्र खत्म हुआ तो उसके बाद भारत को ये हासिल हुआ.
Thank you. Yes, please.
I'm Pranab Prakhar, sir. I just want to know, when Prime Minister began this on the 16th when this program began, and today where we are, what is the observation our Prime Minister has given to you or indication he has given to you? Sorry? Observation or indication that he has given to you about AI Impact Summit.
Next, please.
Hi, this is Deepak Ajwani from Economic Times Digital Team. I have one simple ask. Have there been certain guidelines, guardrails that have been put together by all the countries that got represented yesterday on the stage on effective, ethical and responsible use of AI? Is there a
Good question. Very good
paper that you can bring about maybe tomorrow where all of you have agreed that this is at least first set of blueprint which can be iterative later?
Thank you. Next.
Hi, sir. Shavik from Mint. Sir, 2 questions. One is on the participation from big tech companies. Have there been conversations, the global tech companies, have there been conversations with global tech companies in terms of the role that they will play in India as far as public services are concerned? Because each of them spoke about AI and its role in public services. And secondly, the models that were launched under the AI mission, they've also been backed. Is there a takeaway from the summit in terms of where they go from here? Thank you.
Yes.
So, Ohik from Money Control. So, just wanted to ask you, yesterday we had the Frontier AI commitments. So, the Delhi declaration will also come tomorrow. So, the Frontier AI commitment is voluntary in nature. The Delhi declaration, I'm assuming, is non-binding. So, how do we ensure that this does not remain on paper? How do we ensure implementation?
Didn't get your question. Can you repeat your question?
So, I'm saying the Frontier AI commitment is voluntary in nature, and the Delhi declaration, whenever it comes, is non-binding. So how do we ensure that this does not remain on paper, like the declarations, commitments made in the...
Anybody else on front row? You? Okay, please.
Sir, Ashish from Business Standard. All of the 3 previous summits had a focus area when it came to the declarations. If you could share just one line on what would be our focus area when the declaration is signed.
Please. You are to us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hi, sir. Shubhan from the Economic Times. I understand that the declaration will be coming tomorrow, and as you mentioned, some 80 odd countries will maybe, the list may be as high as, now it's 70, it may be up to 80. I just wanted to understand, since some of the previous summits have seen significant difference of opinion in India, what were some of the areas where it was relatively easier to build consensus? And if possible, what were some of the areas where it took a little bit of time?
Next. Last.
Hi, sir. We look AI ready globally, but my question would be for the last person standing in India, how far and how long it will take to reach to that one last person in India? How long will it take for AI to reach there?
Very good question.
Hi, sir. This is Lalit from Best Media Info. My question is, we have been seeing that traditional media sectors like TV, radio, print, they have been fighting for AdX, for advertising revenue, while digital is scaling up. Is there any way that AI or any policy can actually help bring balance in this revenue share of advertisement? My second question would be, there has been a long pending TRP guidelines overhaul that was formally, it was meant to bring multi-agency system into the picture and removal of landing pages. We just want to know where or in what stage that guidelines are in, and can we expect the guidelines coming in anytime soon?
Sir, I am Prashant from Asianet News. There were very good sessions in this AI summit. How do you wish to take down to the grassroots level how these sessions can help the lives of common man?
So, there are questions about where do we go from here? What will be the implementation? I'll take all these questions one by one. I think, friends, the journey so far has been very meaningful, very methodical, starting from building the base and working through all the layers of the AI stack and creating that foundational level of work, and now getting the entire world to come here, deliberate, interact with our industry. Now we'll take the next level of our AI mission, where we will be focusing and taking to a totally new level of models, a new level of common compute, new level of safety. We have so many collaborations agreed in the last few days, which is where I would like to address that point about paper versus real action. Yes, there is lots and lots of real action, real MOUs, real understanding which has happened in the past few days, where many of these things which concern us as well as the entire world will be working in a very collaborative manner. That is the real action which will come out of it. We'll very soon start working on the AI Mission 2.0, which will be definitely bigger than what it was in the AI Mission 1.0. Many of the goals we had set for ourselves in the Mission 1.0 are on the verge of getting completed, and many of them have actually exceeded. We wanted about 10,000 GPUs. We have 38,000 already, and another 20,000 very soon going to be launched. We have foundational models. We were looking at 2 foundational models. We have a bouquet of 12 models and very multimodal, reasonably, very well rated. We wanted to have an AI Safety Institute. We have now 12 institutes working on this in a network mode. So all these goals that we had set for ourselves are getting implemented very rapidly. So now we have to set bigger goals and achieve them as a part of the AI Mission 2.0. Our Honorable Prime Minister has always led from the front. The vision, Manav AI, that he gave yesterday is something which everybody resonated, everybody accepted in the ministerial dialogue, in the bilaterals. Everywhere people thought that first time they have heard a vision which is so compelling, and it just cuts across every civilization, every country. This is meaningful for everybody, every generation, every sector, every country. Because ultimately it's the humanity which matters the most. And that's why this vision resonated with everybody. Big Tech participated very much in this. Same, the participation of the startups and young innovators. It was very good participation. There is huge consensus on the declaration. We just want to maximize the numbers. We in India should be leading that effort. It's so natural to do it. So, and given the size of this summit which has happened, स्वाभाविक है कि नंबर ऐसा सेट कर देना चाहिए जिससे कि रिकॉर्ड हमेशा यहीं का ही रहे. So that's why we are trying to maximize that in a very, in fact, अभिषेक तो थोड़ा और मेहनत करो. ये सोच रहे थे आज छुट्टी ले लेंगे, लेकिन नहीं, आज छुट्टी नहीं मिलने वाली है. तो एक दिन और थोड़ी मेहनत करो. संदीप ASX भी साहब भी आ गए यहाँ पर, तो थोड़ी और मेहनत लगेगी. 80 से ज़्यादा क्रॉस कर लोगे? चलो ठीक है, कर ही लेना चाहिए. रिकॉर्ड तो अच्छा ही बनना चाहिए ना. Very important question which came is about diffusion, about the last person, how do we see the benefit. आपने देखा किस तरह से 5G का फास्टेस्ट रोल आउट हुआ था. आज भी अगर दुनिया के कई विशेषकर समृद्ध देशों में if you go there, rich countries, you will find that 5G is very patchy. It's not very the way it is in our country. वैसा ही effort इसमें भी लगाएंगे और इसमें बहुत मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी. And we are prepared to put that hard work, put that effort. Our Prime Minister keeps inspiring us that for us, we should not stop till the benefit reaches the last person in the society. That is our goal always. And we in BJP have always had a basic tenet as Antyodaya. We believe in inclusive growth. And if you look at Honorable Prime Minister's programs, each and every program, whether it is Jan Dhan, whether it is the Swachh Bharat, whether it is construction of toilets, whether it is Har Ghar Nal Se Jal, each and every program has been created and executed to bring the benefits to the last person in the society. We believe in inclusive growth as a basic political philosophy, and that's why here also that same political philosophy will be reflected. I have absolutely no doubt about it, because this is a family in which inclusive growth is one of the most important tenets of our thought process. There are questions about guardrails. You might have seen the first time all the big AI players came on the same stage and agreed. Voluntary is more like saying it, but of course we have discussed with them and all of them have come to this consensus. Taking those first steps was very, very important, and I don't want to exaggerate this, but if you ask any major policy leader in the world, and I had so many meetings today, each and every one is surprised how we could pull together the entire AI industry coming forward and started openly declaring about the guardrails that need to be set in. This was phenomenal. This was unprecedented. This has not happened any time in the past. So this is a major, major achievement, and this kind of achievement shows how India can be leading the thought process. We also had Pack Silica today, which is very important for us from the semiconductor industry perspective, from resilient supply chain, resilient value chain perspective. And the fact that we are today seen, whether in Europe or in Australia or in US or in Southeast Asia, everywhere we are seen as a trusted country, that itself speaks a lot about how our Prime Minister has conducted the foreign policy, how our Prime Minister has developed that trust among the entire global, every sector, every moment, every geography, every part of the world. Youth Congress, I have already responded. चलते जाएंगे एक एक करके. Next row.
Next second row. Just a second. Second row. हाँ, ये पूनम, please. चलिए. आपके पास भी आएंगे.
हम सबको लेना चाहिए.
हाँ, आएंगे एक एक करके. Yes, please.
MIB से related questions का मैं बाद में अलग से जवाब दूंगा. आज AI mission की बात करें.
जी. पूनम जी.
नमस्कार सर.
वैसे revenue share में एक fair revenue share होना चाहिए. ये हम लोगों का belief है. और definitely we are nudging the entire, as I've said in the past also, this is something I've said in the past also. Definitely there should be a fair revenue share, लेकिन मैं इसका MIB का अलग से.
सर नमस्कार सर, मैं पूनम हूँ अमर उजाला से और पिछले 4 दिन से इस समिट के साथ जुड़ी हुई हूँ. मेरे 2 प्रश्न हैं. एक विमेन और एआई. हमने यहाँ पर ग्रामीण महिलाओं को एआई का प्रशिक्षण लेते हुए देखा है. तो कल जो डिक्लेरेशन आएगा उसमें हम महिलाएं कहाँ खड़ी होंगी, एक तो ये सवाल है. और दूसरा सबसे अहम सवाल है कि यहाँ पर हमने नीव जैसे स्टार्टअप्स देखे हैं जो हमें अंतरिक्ष की सुदूर ऊंचाइयों में ले जाने का वादा कर रहे हैं. इसी तरह से माइक्रोसॉफ्ट को हमने 20 फीट का गन्ना उगाते हुए भी देखा है. ये सारी टेक्निक्स और हमारे स्टार्टअप्स कैसे आम जन तक पहुंचेंगे? क्या इसके लिए सरकार किसी नीति पर विचार करेगी इस सफल एआई समिट के बाद?
Thank you. Next. Please introduce yourself.
हेलो, नमस्ते, श्याम हूँ संसद टीवी से. मेरे 2 सवाल हैं. एआई जो आम आदमी है, कॉमन मैन है, जो टेक सेवी है, उनके लिए तो बहुत कुछ फेमिलियर है. आम आदमी के लिए अभी उतना फेमिलियर नहीं है. तो एक तो इससे जुड़ा जो मिथ है और डर जो बताया जा रहा है, कुछ सही और कुछ
बिट्टू और किट्टू बंगला गाड़ी सेम सेम पर तेरी वाली इतना माइलेज कैसे देती है? ये सवाल सिर्फ गाड़ी से नहीं, अपने फ्यूल से भी पूछो. फ्यूल बढ़िया तो माइलेज भी. जियो बीपी का इंटरनेशनल एक्टिव टेक्नोलॉजी वाला पेट्रोल बढ़ाए माइलेज अप टू 100 किलोमीटर पर ईयर एट नो एक्स्ट्रा कॉस्ट.
धूप, पसीना और डार्क स्पॉट से चेहरा दिखे डार्क और डल. स्मार्ट एंड हैंडसम डेली ब्राइटनिंग क्रीम जिसमें नियासिनामाइड जो 2 गुना तक डार्क स्पॉट्स घटाए, दे ब्राइटर लुक और सन डैमेज से प्रोटेक्शन. स्मार्ट एंड हैंडसम ब्राइटनिंग क्रीम फॉर मेन.
सवाल है कि जो हमने पेविलियन में देखे हैं अभी, उसमें मोस्टली जो भारतीय एआई स्टार्टअप हैं उनको गूगल, एनवीडिया या चैट जीपीटी ने, ओपन एआई ने इनिशिएट किए हैं. तो हम कब कहेंगे कि ये अपने पाँव पे खड़े हो पाएंगे?
Second row में anybody else?
Sejal Sharma from Hindustan
Just a
Times.
second. हाँ बताइए. आ रहे हैं आपके पास. आप yes please. Who is asking second row में?
हो गया, इधर ही आ गए.
Yeah please.
Congratulations on the declaration, sir. I just wanted to know, could you give us names of some of the countries that have signed the declaration already? Just a few.
Not proper.
Good evening, sir. Aditi Agrawal. I'm an independent journalist. So first, I want to know what are the outcomes from each of the 7 working groups that were formed before the summit. Second, before the summit began, the Indian government focused on how India will lead the global south. How has that materialized during the summit? Has it materialized in form of bilateral conversations, any MOUs, any pacts being signed? And number 3, today the SGI amendments are supposed to go into effect. We had all the big AI companies and big tech companies of the world here. Has there been any discussion on that? Because the companies have been fairly critical, both off the record and on the record, about the compliance deadline as well as the 3-year takedown window, as well as some of the provenance-related specifics of the SGI amendments.
Sir, Manas from the Times of India. Sir, has the objective of a technological framework been achieved? And how many countries are on board? And what is the reaction of the big tech companies? Another is that, and given the representation of the big tech companies, what is the government doing to ensure that we are not going to be the data and talent supplier?
Last in the second row, I think she's about wants to ask. Yeah, thank you.
So Momita from PTI, I think everybody is curious to know the contours of the New Delhi Declaration. The focus and thrust, rightly for India has been impact, the use cases and how it benefits the public. If you could just give us give us some color on what the New Delhi Declaration contours look like, which are the areas where consensus has already been reached, where 70 countries are coming together and supporting those causes, and how would it benefit Indians?
Third row, anybody in the third row? Okay, thank you. Please.
Sir, Nabodita from Outlook Business. Sir, wanted to understand, recently French President mentioned about, he urged India to be a part of the social media ban for those under the age of 15. So has there been some sort of consensus that you reached with other countries about the same?
Anybody in third row? Okay. Please.
Hello, sir. Himanshu this side from Rajasthan Patrika. Sir, so I wanted to ask, like, what role will...
पत्रिका से तो हिंदी में पूछना चाहिए यार। मुझे भी तो चांस मिले हिंदी में जवाब देने का।
जी बिल्कुल। सर, तो मैं ये पूछना चाहता हूँ...
बचपन से पढ़ता हूँ पत्रिका।
सर, मैं ये पूछना चाहता हूँ, जैसे आज हमने डॉक्टर मोहन यादव मध्य प्रदेश के सीएम की भी ब्रीफिंग देखी। मतलब लाइक स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स का जो पूरा का पूरा प्लान रहेगा और कैसे गवर्नमेंट जो है वो स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स के साथ मिलकर काम करेगी, लाइक अगर हम स्पेशली स्टेट गवर्नमेंट की बात करें।
तीसरी रो में और कोई नहीं? आइए इधर लेफ्ट से।
राइट में, लेफ्ट में आ जाए।
सर, एलएलएम्स की बात हो रही है, सर्वम एआई की बात हो रही है, क्या हम अपना इंडिया का कोई ऐसा एलएलएम कर सकते हैं जो डीप सीक और अमेरिका की जो डोमिनेंस है उसको काउंटर कर सके? क्योंकि हमारे पास डेटा इज ऑयल तो है, लेकिन हमारे ऑयल का जो इस्तेमाल कर रहे हैं डीप लर्निंग के लिए, नहीं, क्या वो सचमुच डीप सीक को compete कर सकता है आज, या उस लेवल पर हम कब पहुंच सकते हैं?
सर, अमन फ्रॉम ऑल इंडिया रेडियो। सर, एआई जॉब लॉसेस को लेकर क्या दिल्ली डिक्लेरेशन में कुछ है?
क्या थर्ड रो में और कोई? सज्जन,
हेलो।
जॉब लॉस को लेकर क्या
एआई की वजह से?
हेलो
हाय सर, याकूत अली फ्रॉम डीएल हिंदी। सर, मेरा सवाल आपसे ये है कि डेटा प्रोटेक्शन को लेकर सरकार क्या कर रही है, क्योंकि हम देख रहे हैं ओपन एआई, चैट जीपीटी और माइक्रोसॉफ्ट सभी जो है डेटा का एक्सेस ले रहे हैं। कल एक नोटिफिकेशन भी आया था जिसमें कहा गया कि अब आप अपने कॉन्टैक्ट्स भी शेयर कर सकते हैं और फिर अपने कॉन्टैक्ट्स को रीच आउट भी कर सकते हैं। तो आपको नहीं लगता कि जितने भी भारतीय हैं उनका डेटा लिया जा रहा है?
ऐसे ट्रिप पे आके अनजान लड़के के साथ हुकअप करना थोड़ा ज्यादा ही क्लीशे है ना?
Are we getting more?
तू जहाँ है मैं वहाँ नहीं हूँ।
मेरे बीते हुए कल के लिए तेरे आने वाले कल की कुर्बानी मत दे। किस्से, कहानियां, चर्चे, दास्तां अधूरे इश्क के होते हैं।
चाबी?
दुकान की चाबी।
पापा, बाइक की।
और घर की चाबी।
ऊपर से केवाईसी पेपर्स, हर बैंक के लिए अलग अलग, कहाँ सबके लिए एक चाबी होती?
एक चाबी है, सीकेवाईसी आईडी। बैंक आपके केवाईसी रिकॉर्ड सीकेवाईसी रजिस्टर में अपलोड करता है, जिससे आपको मिलेगा एक यूनिक 14 डिजिट सीकेवाईसी आईडी। ये सारे बैंक्स और फाइनेंशियल इंस्टीट्यूशंस में वैलिड है, यानी एक जगह केवाईसी अपडेट तो सब जगह अपडेट।
आरबीआई कहता है
केवाईसी सुरक्षित बैंकिंग की ओर पहला कदम।
इन्वॉल्व करने का और ट्रेनिंग का और women को इसका क्या बेनिफिट मिलेगा? I would like to say that we have taken a internal target of about 20 lakh persons to be trained on AI, which we will be making that as a part of our mission 2.0. उसका complete क्या format बनना है, वो सब industry के साथ already आप सब जानते हैं कि we are working with the industry on that. विशेषकर जो कॉलेजेस और स्कूल्स में कोर्स करिकुलम बनना है उसमें इंडस्ट्री के इनपुट्स लगातार आ रहे हैं अभी, और जैसे ही वो फाइनल होता है वो आपके साथ शेयर भी करेंगे। सेमीकंडक्टर का भी इंडस्ट्री के साथ मिलके किया था, टेलीकॉम का भी इंडस्ट्री के साथ मिलके किया है, तो इसका भी इंडस्ट्री के साथ मिलके ही करेंगे, जिससे कि एक रेलेवेंट प्रैक्टिकल यूज़फुल नॉलेज आ सके इंडस्ट्री के लिए। स्टेट गवर्नमेंट्स को बहुत क्लोजली इसमें पार्टिसिपेट कराएंगे, क्योंकि अल्टीमेटली जन जन तक पहुंचने का माध्यम राज्य सरकारों के तरीके से ही हो सकता है। सर्वम करीब करीब हर बेंचमार्क पे बाकियों से खरे उतरा है, और खासकर जो ओपन एआई से भी और डीप सीक से भी और जेमिनाई के प्रो मॉडल से भी कई बेंचमार्क पे वो बेटर है। आप चाहो तो उसके जो उन्होंने ड्रॉप किया है एक्स पे, वो सारे के सारे पैरामीटर्स पे जो ग्लोबली एक्सेप्टेड पैरामीटर्स हैं उस पर देख सकते हो। एसजीआई के जो नए रेगुलेशंस आए उसको सबने स्वीकार किया है, एक्सेप्ट किया है, और एवरीबडी हैज़ टोल्ड, जितने भी लोग मिले हैं सब ने ये कहा कि ये ज़रूरत है देश की, और बल्कि अभी दुनिया के बहुत सारे देश ऑलरेडी इसी डायरेक्शन में रेगुलेशन लाने की बात कर रहे हैं, बल्कि कई देशों ने तो कहा कि कॉन्ग्रेचुलेट भी किया कि भारत ने सबसे अच्छी बड़ी ये पहल ली है, अच्छी पहल ली है। और आने वाले समय में और कई देश इस तरह के जो वाटर मार्किंग है, और उसका उद्देश्य मेन है कि जो भी देख रहा है कंटेंट उसके सामने एक ट्रांसपेरेंसी के साथ आए कि ये रियल कंटेंट है या सिंथेटिक कंटेंट है। वो ट्रांसपेरेंसी ज़रूरी है ताकि आप लोग खुद स्वयं डिसाइड कर सकें कि उस पर ट्रस्ट करना या नहीं करना। दूसरी बात ये भी बहुत ज़रूरी है हमें जानने की कि जो समाज में कानून और कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन के तहत जो इल्लीगल है वो ऑनलाइन की दुनिया में भी इल्लीगल है, जो फिजिकल वर्ल्ड में इल्लीगल है वो ऑनलाइन की दुनिया में भी इल्लीगल है। वो एक बहुत स्वाभाविक कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल मैंडेट है। तो इसमें मुझे तो कोई भी नहीं मिला जिसने इसका विरोध किया हो। अगर आपको कोई मिले तो मेरे पास जरूर पहुंचा देना है। टेक्नो लीगल फ्रेमवर्क बहुत तेज़ी से आगे बढ़ रहा है। चिल्ड्रन प्रोटेक्शन पे ऑलरेडी मैं स्टेटमेंट दे चुका हूँ। डेटा प्रोटेक्शन का फ्रेमवर्क बहुत स्ट्रांग है, बल्कि अब तो मैं नाम नहीं लेना चाहूँगा, लेकिन 3 देशों ने कहा कि हम अपने डेटा प्रोटेक्शन के फ्रेमवर्क को इंडिया के डेटा प्रोटेक्शन के फ्रेमवर्क के समान करना चाहेंगे। ऑलरेडी आज और कल की जो मीटिंग्स हैं उसमें ये आज कल और परसों 3 दिन की मीटिंग में ऑलरेडी 3 देशों ने कहा कि आपका टेम्पलेट बहुत अच्छा है, इसी तरह के कानून को हम भी बनाना चाहेंगे। मिथ बस्टर्स की बात ट्रेनिंग के साथ ही जुड़ेगी ताकि किस तरह से एआई से संबंधित कोई भी पॉइंट हो उसका बेनिफिट कैसे उठाए। आगे चलें।
4th row, left side से। Anybody on in 4th row? Please. जी।
नमस्कार, मैं संदीप हूँ, प्रभात खबर झारखंड से। जिस तरीके से एआई को लेकर शोर मच रहा है तो उसमें सबसे ज़्यादा ट्रेंड करने की ज़रूरत बच्चों को है आज के दौर में। तो क्या किसी तरह का कोई मॉड्यूल ये कोर्स स्टार्ट किया जाएगा स्कूलों में कि 7 साल, 8 साल, 10 साल के बच्चों को एआई की ट्रेनिंग दी जाएगी? इस तरह की कोई योजना है, कोई प्लानिंग है?
नेक्स्ट, आगे इधर। यस, बीच में है, यहाँ पर पूछना चाहते हैं, इधर बीच में।
Thank you, sir. Arundeep from The Hindu. So just one question. You've had the opportunity to interact with a lot of leaders in AI and world leaders on a range of subjects. Does the government of India, after this event, believe that AGI is coming in the next 2 years? What is the government's position on that clearly? And if so, are we prepared for that as a country? And I lied, I have another question. Second question is, the next summit is going to be held in Switzerland, but given the response to this edition, is this something that we might do again in the coming future?
ठीक, अजय।
सर, अजय मिश्र, दूरदर्शन से। सर, सवाल यह है कि जो भारत ने यूपीआई में करके दिखाया, जो हमने डेमोक्रेटाइजेशन वहाँ पर किया, क्या हम कोशिश करेंगे एआई में? और इस डेमोक्रेटाइजेशन के इस ओपन सोर्स मॉडल को पूरी दुनिया ने किस तरह से लिया है, वो हम समझना चाहेंगे सर। थैंक यू सर।
4th row, anybody else? Yes, please.
Hi, good evening, sir. Ashwini from CNBC TV 18. Firstly, congratulations on the largest ever AI summit. I had 2 questions, sir. Amongst the companies that were here, there were also the likes of NVIDIA, AMD. One concern, India is going for a data center build-out, as was evident from the large commitments that we've seen. The cost of compute, the cost of chips is something that constantly kept coming up in the conversations. Has that been discussed, and are there any material assurances, gains for India under the Pax Silica arrangement? That's one. Second, you spoke earlier about diffusion. I just want to get a little clarity as a part of the Mission 2.0 that you made a reference to. A lot of these applications for AI for social purposes, the ROI may not be immediately available for the developer. In such a case, is the government willing to step in under Mission 2.0 under some form of support or viability gap funding?
Okay. Can I ask? Okay, I'm Surabhi from the Economic Times, sir. 2 questions. One is I wanted to understand from you that when we launched the first version of the India AI mission. From that time to now, I think a lot has changed in the AI ecosystem. So what are going to be the main focus areas of the next phase of the AI mission? Secondly, I know you want to talk about the declaration tomorrow and not today, but I wanted to understand that you've had meetings with the biggest names of AI as far as AI leaders are concerned. What are some of the things, discussion points that have come up? What have been some of the asks that they have made to you and you have made to them as far as their contributions to India are concerned?
सारे क्वेश्चन जितने भी है ले लेते हैं एक बार में.
हाँ, फिफ्थ रो पीछे.
रिपीटिशन ही हो रहा है अभी.
कोई फिफ्थ रो में एनीबडी? ये इट्स लेस सेंटर में. हाँ दीजिए. यस.
हेलो.
हाँ प्रदीप जी.
हाँ नमस्कार, मैं प्रदीप सरदाना. मैं ये जानना चाहूँगा, ये तो इंटरनेशनल अपना इसका समिट हुआ, लेकिन क्या कुछ सरकार की ऐसी भी योजना है कि अलग अलग गांवों में, अलग अलग शहरों में छोटे छोटे लेवल पर भी इस तरह के कुछ इवेंट कराए जाएंगे? कुछ तरह के समिट होंगे छोटे छोटे लेवल पर गांवों में या टाउन्स में या कुछ डिस्ट्रिक्ट के अंदर?
नेक्स्ट. हाँ आ रहा है इसके बाद. हाँ यस पूछिए.
Good evening, Mr. Minister. This is Arunoday Mukherjee from the BBC. I just wanted to understand and draw your attention to the US delegation, which was here earlier today. They have very strongly rejected calls for global governance in AI. What this entire summit was all about, charting a path which is a unified path towards global governance. How would you respond to that?
Yes. Next. Amritpal.
Yeah, Minister, this is Amritpal from DD India. The IMF chief today said that while AI could lift global growth by a percentage point and help India achieve how is the government preparing to deal with that?
Hello sir, I'm Pragya from News9 Live. My question is that is India moving towards comprehensive AI law, or it will regulate by sector by sector?
इनके बाद.
Hi sir, this is Vishal here from Transcontinental Times. My question to you is, in the face of rising deep fakes and sophisticated artificial intelligence misleading information, how does the government ensure the accountability without touching ease for doing the business for startups?
Backside, Brahm Prakash ji.
ब्रह्म प्रकाश दुबे जी न्यूज़ से. सर मेरा सवाल है कि जिस तरह से बीते कुछ सालों में टेक्नोलॉजी बढ़ी है, देश के समक्ष एक चुनौती बनी है साइबर फ्रॉड और डिजिटल अरेस्ट की. हाल ही में सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने भी सरकार से कहा है इस पर विचार करने के लिए. तो जो 5 दिन का मंथन हुआ, क्या इसको लेकर भी कोई एआई की भूमिका कहीं हो सकती है? इसको रोक सकते हैं? कुछ ऐसा निकला है? क्योंकि ये बड़ा इशू है. रिजर्व बैंक ने भी अभी बैंकों को कहा है इस मामले को सीरियस लेने के लिए. थैंक यू.
Next. Yes, please.
So, Sumita Karir from ET Now. So my question is related to the declaration. I do understand that you want to talk about it tomorrow, but if you could throw some light on whether there is some sort of consensus on demarking high-risk AI, or will that be left to national governments to decide and demarcate? Thank you.
Yes, please, on the fifth row. Left side. Please pass on.
Sir, Dhairya Maheshwari from Sputnik India. Sir, my question is in regards to the Global South. Since this was the first summit to be held in a Global South country, we saw significant representation. Africa, there was an Africa AI village. So my question is, can we see, Global South priorities in terms of how AI should be developed? Will they be reflected in the joint statement? And what, according to you, are the major takeaways for the broader Global South? And since Prime Minister Modi also, he championed the inclusion of African Union during the G20 summit. Thank you.
Anyone else in the? Yes, please. Backside, one person is left.
Hi, sir. Jatin Grover from Mint. A couple of questions. I wanted to understand any discussions with the participating nations, maybe to create a G20-like group so that help us creating some sort of a binding agreements with the nations on the AI declarations. That's one. And till a few minutes back at the ATL conference, you talked about having a legal framework to address the cyber crime basically arising from AI. Can you please elaborate more on that? What kind of legal framework the government is looking at? Thank you.
Anybody else wants question? Otherwise, we are closing. Okay. अच्छा, आपके बाद. Yes.
Hi, sir. Suraksha from the Economic Times. This is about the 12 foundational models that the India AI mission is backing. We launched 3 of them. Do you have visibility on when the rest of the 9 will be launched? And also, have you finalized the terms of the agreements with these companies on how much the government of India will be getting in terms of equity, etc.?
Last question at the back side. Thank you.
Good evening, sir. I'm Shreyas Bharadwaj from IIM Indore and IIT Indore. I'm an independent journalist, but also a student of Master of Science in Data Science and Management. Thank you for letting me speak. So my question would be very open. What has the government learned in 2 aspects? One, इतने बड़े विमान को चलाने के लिए बहुत कुछ challenges आए होंगे. AI Impact Summit 2026 से government ने सबसे ज़्यादा क्या learning सीखी है as a learner, as a lifelong learner? Number 2, tech में government ने सबसे बड़ी सीख क्या ली है इस पूरे summit से? That's my question. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
UPSC में से कम थे questions. मैं सबसे पहले पैक्स सिलिका लूँगा. That's very important because, see, we are trying to create the complete ecosystem, develop the complete ecosystem of semiconductor industry in our country. To get the ecosystem, it's very important that all the major players, the major countries where the ecosystem currently resides, should also support and encourage our journey. That's why it's very, very important that we had the Pax Silica signed today. From all the discussions that we had, it very clearly emerged that the world looks at India as clearly a trusted partner for semiconductor supply chain, which means the way semiconductor industry will grow in our country in the coming years, that looks like a very important, it will emerge as a major sector. It's a very important sector that is very visible, very clearly it was evident from the discussions. Same thing will apply to cost of chips. So much innovation is happening. At least today, by now, I recall 2 meetings in which people are looking at reducing power consumption at least 50% and reducing cost significantly. Sometimes even, some people even said that a fraction of the cost of the current chips. So that kind of innovation is happening. And India will be a big beneficiary of that innovation because we are starting our design and semiconductor journey at a point where we can use all the benefits that we know about AI and optimize our design of chips according to the new age. We are not bound by the legacy of the past. We can actually make a new beginning, which is what we have challenged our startups in the Semicon 2.0, where we want to have a series of deep tech startups designing chips. I've spoken about the next steps. I've spoken about education, democratization, diffusion, ROI. Yes, I believe that ROI will come from the applications. Most of the enterprise use cases which are visible here who are participating in this exhibition, that's very important both from the IT industry's health perspective and from the direction that India will be taking as a major player in the AI world going forward. Yes, we have a comprehensive plan. Every sector, as we have maintained right from day one, every sector will be benefited by this. On cyber security, so many sessions have happened. We just inaugurated one research institute between Zscaler and Airtel, and many more such initiatives are going to happen in the coming time frame. The declaration will, when the text comes out, you'll be able to see the contours of the declaration. Global South, of course, participated in large numbers and very interested in collaborating with us. And that level of trust is there. When the next models will be launched, we'll keep sharing with you as we progress on that. We had committed 1, we have done 3. So it's like a good, it's a journey which we'll keep sharing with you. Learnings, many. One was very surprising learnings that when
आंधी आए तो पर्वत बन जाऊंगा,
आग लगे तो दरिया बन जाऊंगा,
भूख लगे तो रोटी बन जाऊंगी।
ये कर पाएंगे क्या? इनका तो पता नहीं, पर उसने तो कर दिखाया। कोटक फ्लेक्सी कैप फंड 15 सालों से मार्केट के अप्स एंड डाउन्स में फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी के साथ लार्ज, मिड और स्मॉल कैप में इन्वेस्ट कर रहा है, जिससे इन्वेस्टर्स को लॉन्ग टर्म इन्वेस्टेड रहने का हौसला भी मिलता है।
म्यूचुअल फंड निवेश बाजार के जोखिमों के अधीन है। योजना से जुड़े सभी दस्तावेजों को ध्यान से पढ़ें।
That kind of participation is there. And in the end, I'd like to request MEA because they have been very important partner for us. Your role has been stellar. Delhi Police also, I would like to thank all the security participants who were present throughout this and all the friends of media. You played a very constructive role. A big round of applause for the media. Thank you, friends. Randir.
Thank you, sir. It has been a pleasure for us in the Ministry of External Affairs to work along with METI as Team India to put our best foot forward for the world. This event has been a success, may I say a grand success. We have heard world leaders who were here. We had 20 world leaders who attended this AI summit. In addition, we had 45 delegations represented at ministerial level from across the world. We also had 100 countries represented at this particular summit. There was, of course, there was a very strong focus on the global south, but let me tell you, it was truly global in nature. He also met with several countries on the sidelines of this particular summit. One thing which came out very clearly is that all of them appreciated India's vision, Prime Minister's vision of Manav that he gave to make AI truly democratic, truly human-centric, and truly inclusive. In fact, several of them said that they would like to seek India's help to develop their own AI capability in their countries. So that is something that we will engage with. We will be taking forward this agenda with several of our countries, most of them from the global south. And they also recognize that India has the capability in the global south to steer the AI age. So overall, it was a very positive outcome, and the world leaders and our stakeholders from across the world, from 4 corners of the world, have been appreciative of our stance, of our approach, and of our inclusivity in this global summit. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. And before we close, one announcement is there. There is a very famous band from Nagaland which is performing in the amphitheater. Please enjoy it. And in closing, big round of applause for the organizing team. Akhil, Abhishek, Vishnu Saab, Jitin Prasad ji, big round of applause. Entire team.
And one for Ashwini ji. जोर से standing ovation कराइए. Ashwini ji के लिए इतना बड़ा हो गया.
Entire team. Good, well done, very well done. And thank you, friends. You were really, really big, very big support that you gave from the media side. I really appreciate I have sincere appreciation for the good work that you did. And also you brought out the best. You also gave that prism which the world looks at this summit. Thank you. The expo is open tomorrow from 9:30 to 6 p.m. We extended it, and thank you all the participants who adjusted with this extension. Thank you.
Mr. Abhishek Singh will handle. Check the website.